here and give people a chance to get in. If you can see down behind me, the water is really, really low today. I'm out at the Ashley River. Not too much of a current either. This is welcome back to my Thursday lunchtime chat. I usually do this on Thursdays. Usually start Tuesdays. Sorry, I'm all thrown off because yesterday was a holiday. Tuesdays usually around 12:15. So a little bit of news to share today. And if you're tuning in on the recap or whatever, yes, I am going to talk about 3 passive income stocks. And yes, those in the thumbnail, that those charts are accurate. These 3 stocks have performed phenomenal for me, and I will tell you why. And this, of course, this is not financial advice or anything like that. This is, just 3 stocks that did well for me. You all can do your own diligent research and make your own decisions about how you spend your money. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a silly YouTuber here for your entertainment. So, let's do a little intro here while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to pop in. This is the YouTube channel Prepping with Sarge. If you're brand new to the channel, I talk about all things preparedness, including financial preparedness. I'm one of the prepping channels that actually will include this as part of it, because I do believe that is part of survival and modern day survival, financial preparedness, and knowing how to put yourself in the best shape possible for the times that are ahead of us. I do talk about economic uncertainty a lot on this channel. It's one of the things that I do prep for. And if you've been one of my regular viewers, hey, Silver and More, it's good to see you. Even one of my regular viewers, you know that I've been talking about that. I think we are heading into a recession, and it's going to be, in my opinion, it looks like it's going to be bigger than the 2008 one. I've heard other people say depression. It certainly could get there. But if you can go back and watch some of my other videos, I tell you, like, there was one I did pretty recently that I think it was called, like, How I Know We're Heading Towards a Recession, and I give you all my indicators that I watch. So what are we looking at today? So I filled up my gas tank today, and I paid $2.58 for a gallon of regular here in Charleston, South Carolina. So if you're tuning in, I would love to hear in chat, or if you're watching the recap in the comments, let me know what you're seeing in your area. I just checked the financial news right before I went live, and OPEC could not come to a decision on cutting production. So that is going to, if they cut production, prices are going to go up, and if they can't come to a decision, prices go up. So guess what, guys? Gasoline's going up, oil's going up. That's thing one. I just checked silver and gold before I went live, and it looks like gold was hovering around 1,800 an ounce. Silver's just still kind of staying around 26 an ounce. Personally, I'm okay with that. I think, I'm a big proponent of silver and gold. Talk about those a lot on this channel. I think those are a really good. 274 in Texas. Okay, not too different from us. I think those are really good. Silver and gold, precious metals are a really good hedge against inflation. I also talk a little bit about cryptocurrencies, which have been basically stagnant for a couple months now, since the big sell-off, the big dip. But I'm still, I still like cryptocurrencies. Hey, digital preppers, good to see you. And the stock market looks like it's down. The big indexes are down about 1% today. So that's kind of where we're at for our little snapshot at this moment in time. If you're watching this in the future, this was July 6th of 2021. I am out here at the Ashley River, and this is, if you've liked it when I've filmed here, this is probably sad news, but this is probably my last time filming here for a long time. I have taken another job. I am still going to be doing therapy as my primary job, but I'm moving to a different location, which is going to put me a lot closer to home. Currently, my job, I have pretty bad commute coming in, and that was one of the factors here that helped me to make my decision. So I'm going to be moving a lot closer to home, still going to be doing therapy, going to be doing a lot more intensive trauma work for people with PTSD. So, I always have enjoyed working with that population, and they mean a lot to me, so I'm looking forward to that. But it's, it's bittersweet saying goodbye to my current coworkers and my current patients, and helping them plan for the transition. And hey, Heroic Prepper, good to see you. And this will unfortunately probably be the last time I film over here at this location on the Ashley River for a long time, because the reason I was doing this was it was so close to my work. It was easy for me to do that. It's not to say that I'll never film here again. It's just not going to be as easy for me to get over here. So when is this all happening? I am making this transition in a couple weeks. So this will be my last time here. Next Tuesday, thank you. I appreciate that, preparedness guy. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, it's a good time for me to make a change, and it's a good change for me and my family. Next Tuesday, I don't think I'm going to be able to live stream because I've got some work commitments. So I will release something probably. Yeah, definitely changes. You know, it's just always bittersweet, right? When you make a job change, but it's good. It's a good thing for me. I am a little sad too, you know. Next Tuesday, I'm going to release. Changes can be good, absolutely. I'm going to release something that's like not live stream, pre-manufactured or whatever, at that same time when I usually live stream on Tuesday. The Friday night prepper pre-party will still be on this Friday. And then the next Tuesday after that, my last live stream in this area. I hope you guys can hear that. But my last live stream in this area will be out in that wooded trail that I sometimes go to. So that'll be the last time I go out there. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get into it then, and people can tune in as they see fit or watch this on the recap. So I do, in addition to the silver and gold, which I talk about in the cryptocurrencies, I'm a big fan of passive income. And as a prepper, it's one of those things that I do recommend that everybody who's into preparedness and financial preparedness and just kind of thinking ahead to what the economy is going to look like, you know, in the next few months, maybe in the next few years, or maybe you're just thinking about your retirement. I do recommend passive income stocks as part of your portfolio. And at this point, for my age, they're a large part of my portfolio. I'm trying to think ahead, probably about 20 years or so, and then probably be greatly downsizing the amount of work that I do. So I'm putting the steps in place now. I've cut back a little bit on my growth. That's not to say that I don't like growth stocks. I do dabble in that, and I dabble in more risky stuff like cryptocurrencies and stuff. But let me show you this here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's all little crabs down there. Very low tide here on the Ashley River today. So the passive income stocks are where I've been building a big chunk of my portfolio. And when I started this year, one of my goals for my portfolios, I've got a couple different accounts, so I mix things around. You know, like I do a lot of my crypto stuff on Robinhood. I've got Stash, which I use for like my long-term dividend stuff. I've got an IRA that I barely touch, like that's handled through a broker that I pay. So I got a couple different things going, but through my passive income fund that I've been setting up, I wanted to add some REITs. Okay, if you don't know what a REIT is, it's a real estate investment trust. Okay, so it's basically I didn't have a lot of real estate in my portfolio. I've got well, that's interesting. I've got my house and that's it. That's all we own. So I wanted to expand that a little bit, but I didn't want to be a landlord. I didn't want to have to deal with renters trashing your property. I didn't want to have to deal with a lot of house repairs beyond my own home. So real estate investment trust is one of those ways that you can get into that. And that was my goal this year, was to expand into some of that territory with my portfolio. So as I was looking into this, I came across something that caught my eye, and it was one example of a real investment in real estate investment trust is O. Okay, it's a very popular one, ticker symbol O, and these type of stocks will typically gain you a higher dividend because they are required by law to pay back a higher percentage of their income into dividend. Let's come back to that in a minute because it's gonna tie into something I'm gonna explain here. Morning. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is Robinhood good? I'm not going to personally recommend Robinhood. I already am kind of tied into that. I think you should look into what happened with GameStop and when they wouldn't let people purchase GameStop, and that's why I'm not personally going to recommend them. I do use them, but if you're getting started and you're brand new to the stock market, Stash is good for somebody who's brand new. It has some limitations on what you can and can't do with it, but you know, for starting out, it's a good option until people get a little bit more confident in trading. So real estate investment trust. So as I was looking around and researching all these different REITs, I actually came across another option that is, and I didn't realize these were also considered REITs, but public storage, self-storage. And I have invested in 3 of these companies since March, and I'll tell you how they're performing, and I'll tell you the name, the ticker symbols and everything, so you can look it up for yourselves. But they are considered real estate investment trusts as well, so you get the higher dividend, and they've performed really, really well. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of different options. Weeble's another option. My friend uses M1 Finance. He likes that. There's a lot of different options. All right, so first one is ticker symbol PSA, public storage. PSA is up. You're going to love these numbers, folks. I'm telling you, if you haven't paid attention to this, you're going to want to go check these out after I'm done. PSA, as of this morning, was trading at $301.37 per share. That is up 55.67% for the year. Has a dividend yield of 2.64% and a payout. So the payout ratio I need to talk about here. Payout ratio is 119.4%. Now, those of you guys who know what that is, that's basically the percentage of income that's getting paid back to the shareholders. And anything over 50% is considered really, really high. And in fact, maybe a risky sign for different companies. However, for REITs, they typically, their numbers will go higher than 50%, sometimes over 100%. And the reason for that is they can depreciate some of their assets. So it's not unusual to see a payout ratio over 100%, and it's not a sign that that company is in any kind of risky trouble or anything like that. Of course, do your own due diligent research. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Robinhood had recommended, so I went and looked at some of what the analysts were saying about PSA. Robinhood had it listed as 16.7% of analysts had it as a buy. 77.8% had it as a hold, and 5.6% had it as a sell. I've owned shares of it since March, and I am up 18.49% since March. That's not including the dividends. That's the first one. Second one, and these are all in the same category. EXR, ticker symbol EXR, extra space storage. As of this morning, extra space storage was trading at 166.58 per share, up 75.49% for the year. Giving a dividend yield of 2.4%, payout ratio of 83.9%. That's actually a pretty low number for a REIT. I'm very, very happy with that one. Robinhood analysts have this as 69% of them have it as a buy. 19% have it as a hold. 13% have it as a sell. I've owned it since March, and I am up 23.42% on EXR since March. Last one. Last one is ticker symbol CUBE, CubeSmart. CubeSmart, as of this morning, was trading at 46.84, up 70.23% for the year. Folks, I know you're doing good with some of your stocks. Are you up 70% for the year? 2.9% dividend words, payout ratio of 155.81%. Robinhood analysts have it as a 41.7% buy, 41.7% hold, and 16.7% sell. I've owned Cube since March, and I am up 21%. So those are my 3 that I would say have been very, very overperformers for me. And these are for me, okay, they're just for me. These are my buy and hold forever. They're part of that portfolio because I bought them not for those huge gains that they've had. We're going to talk about that in a second, why I think they're going so crazy. But I bought them for the dividend, for the passive dividend income. And I have lots of other passive dividend income. I own some Coca-Cola. I own some Johnson & Johnson. I own some AbbVie. These are, I've shown these before. I'm happy to talk about them again if this is something you all are interested in. But financial preparedness, whether you do passive income or silver and gold, you should be thinking about this if you're in the preparedness community. You should be actually trying to build multiple sources. We all should be trying to build multiple sources of income. That just gives you some hedge against, recession, loss of job, layoffs. Sometimes when recessions hit, jobs ask people to take pay cuts to stay on. There's all kinds of different ways that this, things could go, and in my opinion, are going to go sideways in the near future here. These just give you some different protections against that. Adds to the amount of income that you're coming in, whether it's you're thinking now, 6 months from now, or retirement. Okay. Any questions about that so far before I go on? All right. The next thing is why are these three REITs popping like crazy? Well, think about it. Let's see if anybody can get it in chat. Why? Think about the things that we've been talking about on my channel, the indicators of where the economy's at. And I said there was one big elephant in the room that people don't want to talk about. What was that? I'll give you a minute. I'm gonna miss coming out here, y'all. What a beautiful location this is. I really was blessed. This was one of the nice things about where I was working. I'm gonna have to find some new spots. I think I know of one. It's kind of a urbex kind of spot where I can do some Tuesday live streams from, but I'll have to see if I can find something. Interest rates and inflation, okay. I'll find some other spots where I can broadcast on Tuesday lunches from. All right, so the big elephant in the room is the pending eviction crisis, right? The pending eviction crisis that we have, I've been talking about this, we have 5 million people who are pending eviction. Now, it's not gonna happen all at once, but prior to this situation, prior to, the pandemic and everything that's got us to this situation we had now, people were people were hot on these storage facilities anyways. They've been a good business. It's very, very low cost to operate. Even the climate controlled ones is very, very low cost. They're pretty much, they build them up anywhere. And in America, we're addicted to stuff. Me too. I'm not judging anybody. We're addicted to stuff. And so what do people do? They fill up their home and they throw the rest of it in storage. And then I know people who have multiple storage units. What if you have all the people that have, vacation homes and things like that? A lot of times they throw stuff in storage. I've thought about doing it for the number of times I go up to Massachusetts. I thought about opening a little storage locker there so I didn't have to impose on my family and leave things up there with them. Self-storage is a hot business, and that was before what's about to go down. Think about 5 million people. Now, obviously, some of them won't go completely homeless, right? But some of them are going to downsize. Some of them are going to end up having to go in with somebody else, and they're not going to be able to take all their stuff with them. A lot more self-storage facilities are in a position where they are, hopefully for me, going to be doing a whole lot more business in the next 6 months. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is a good thing in any way. This is horrible. You guys know I work with homeless people. I hate this, but the situation is what it is, and this is one of those businesses that is going to actually, in my opinion, just not financial advice, remember that, just my opinion, this is one of those businesses that actually is probably going to do well under the financial circumstance, and was doing well before it. So when you look back at those numbers I gave you, those three companies, and that, a couple of them were up like 70%, one was up 50%. I wasn't the first person who caught this. There was other people who said, hey, this is going to be booming. This business is going to be booming, and there's going to be a lot more units that are going to have to be built, and they're going to be able to raise their rates due to competition. So there was other people anticipating this before I got on the train. I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers talking about these three businesses or self-storage in general. I don't know why. You know, I watch a lot of these financial channels. It's one of the niches that I do watch, and I'm not seeing it. Everyone wants to talk about Tesla, GameStop, AMC, yeah, and I get it. Those are sexy. They're fun. I was invested in all three of them. I sold my AMC, and I sold my GME a long time ago because I have paper hands, right? I don't care if you're mad. I'm in it to make money. I'm not in it to make the people over on Wall Street bets happy. Yeah, absolutely. And there's, it's like, when there's an IPO, things like that, there's people who get early access to it. There's people who get inside trading, even though that's illegal. They'll get information about that kind of stuff, and they definitely can profit and benefit from that. I'm not part of that club. If I was, maybe I would have invested in this last year when all this started. I'm not part of that club. I had to get lucky and kind of see this happening and invest early enough that I still had made some money on the run up. Now, how much further can that go? I don't know. Nobody can answer that question. They could crash tomorrow, right? I could release this today, and those three stocks could crash tomorrow because there's no guarantees in any of it. That's why you guys got to do your own due diligent research. I hope this was helpful for y'all. I hope it gave you some ideas. I'm going to give us one last look here around the Ashley River because I don't know when I'm going to be able to take you all back to this location, sadly. And I will, as we do this, if you guys have anything you want to plug for your channels, go ahead. I always recommend that everybody here check out each other's channels, support each other. It's a great community. I'm currently at about 3,500 for my watch hours at the time of this, so I'm getting closer. I appreciate everybody who's been helping me out with that. Best way you can help me out is to watch my videos in full, of course. I have some playlists if you like the content that I produce and you want to watch more of my playlists. That definitely helps me out. If you enjoy my content, please give me a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. 4th of July was awesome. Such a great holiday. I went hiking with my wife. We took some footage that some of it will end up on YouTube, some of it will end up on Instagram. Found some wild edibles out there. And we watched Jaws, as I said I was gonna, and that was awesome, and it still scared the crap out of me. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, guys, one last look around here. I've really enjoyed doing these lunchtime chats with you all. This was my spot right here. And we'll do more, but I got to find a new location now because this one's not going to be as easily accessible to me. All right. You all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you Friday at the Friday night I'll see you guys Friday night at the Friday night Prepper Pre-Party Show. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping